Hello and welcome to Ryno's Ravens preview. Please like and subscribe. As you can see, I am on BaltimoreRavens.com. This is ahead of the game with the Detroit Lions. Week 7 injury report. Starting to look a little better. Really is. Was kind of hectic and heavy earlier in the season. We're pretty close to midway now through the season. David Ajabo is still on IR. It's not looking like he's that close to coming off it yet. Let's talk about who we got on this report as of right now. Jadeveon Clowney is on there. It does say NIR for not injury related, but then rest/knee. So you list a body part there. I don't know. Is that injury related or is it not? Well, got it did not participate Wednesday, full participant Thursday and Friday. So resting his knee, though it's not injury related. Okay. Ronald Darby, who's actually been a key addition, in my opinion, he has filled in very nicely as a second or third option at cornerback. This does say he had an illness, did not participate Wednesday, or actually is not listed Wednesday. So it looks like maybe the illness came around Thursday-ish, but full participant Friday. Malik Harrison, injury designation of concussion. Did get upgraded through the week. Limited Wednesday, full participant Thursday and Friday. So he should be in, or available anyway. Adafe Owe. Looks like we're getting Adafe Owe back. Coming off that ankle injury, limited Wednesday, but full participant Thursday and Friday. So it looks like we're going to have the more speed rush option out there against the Lions, who have a pretty good offense led by Jared Goff. So we're going to need to put some pressure on him. Kevon Seymour, kind of a nickel or dime option with an ankle injury. Did not participate all week, and he's listed as out. Brett Urban, some kind of neck thing, which is somewhat concerning. Didn't participate Wednesday, limited Thursday, full participant Friday, so it looks like he should be good to go. Marcus Williams, fighting through that pectoral injury, which he did look kind of hampered by. Now hampered by a hamstring injury, which I swear he did leave the game early in London, right? Did not participate all week, and he's listed as out. But Geno Stone looks much improved over the past few years. And been checking on the internet for news on Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton was thrown out of the game in London, but it would appear, at least as of right now, it doesn't look like he will get a suspension. Fine, potentially, though none has been announced yet. But you got to think 6 days removed, they would be suspending the guy or there would be news that he's going to get suspended. At least before he gets into the next game, I guess, right? Not a whole lot to note on the Lions side, except for maybe David Montgomery, their starting running back, has a rib injury and he will be out. So Ravens will be facing the second string running back, though doesn't mean a whole lot in the NFL these days because most teams have two fairly good ones. All right, let's get into some of the news here. Oh, what did I even want to talk about with this? Oh. That's a good question. Can't even remember. I kind of really just covered this quarterback. What I just said his name. What is the Lions' quarterback? Jared Goff. Oh my God. He has been throwing. The Lions have actually been playing a lot better than some of the past years. I think the Lions are kind of a joke, but it beat Kansas City week 1. Jared Goff is throwing the ball around a lot. So the Lions are having a tough offense, at least to beat from a defensive standpoint. So having another pass rusher, and really another type of pass rusher, because you got Clowney, he's more of a bull rusher guy now this time of year. I mean, this time in his career. Kyle Van Noy about the same. They always kind of guy that brings speed to the pass rush of the Baltimore Ravens. So to be able to kind of mix up how your pass rushing is something you want to do, because it makes it harder for the offensive line to block it. If you're just bull rushing all the time, it makes it a little easier. Even if you're speed rushing all the time, well, it is hard to defend or hard to block as offensive line. You can work around it, especially if that's all they got. Now with Owe coming back, hopefully the Ravens defense can keep up their good performance. Now, yes, Marcus Williams being out does kind of hurt the back end, but as I said, Geno Stone has stepped up really nicely, and Kyle Hamilton looks like he's going to be able to play, so it's really and at the same time, with the Detroit Lions not having their top running back in there, yes, and it doesn't matter a whole lot because, like I said, most teams have multiple running backs because they're going to have to share carries. Not everybody is a Derrick Henry that can carry the ball 30 to 40 times a game. Those days in the NFL are kind of over. So, yes, it is a rookie guy at running back, and I can't remember the guy's name. But it does make you wonder, will the Lions throw the ball more? It sounds like they will, but it sounds like they do a lot anyway. So what you really need is you need to have your secondary healthy and you need to have your pass rush healthy. Well, pass rush is getting back closer to healthy, and the secondary kind of took another hit. But again, the Ravens have been dealing with this type of thing, and so have a lot of teams throughout the NFL in the years that the NFL has been a thing, that next man up mentality. Somebody gets injured, the next man has to step up, and you have to have some kind of depth to allow that to happen and still win football games. It looks like Geno Stone at this point isn't too much of a downgrade over Marcus Williams. At least the way he has performed so far this year. Hopefully that will continue. But that really isn't exactly the key to a Ravens victory, is it? I mean, you got to score points. No defense is going to pitch a shutout against a passing offense. It's just not going to happen. Just the way the rules are set up. So, Ravens and their offense need to score points. What you don't see on this injury report is anybody from the offense. No Ronnie Stanley, no McCary, no Linderbaum, no Odell Beckham Jr. on this injury report at all. So, where's the roster? Let's see who is on IR. It didn't look like anybody got placed on IR, and I didn't notice, right? Dobbins was already there. There's a Jabo. Yeah, so it looks like the Ravens offense is full strength going into this game against the Detroit Lions. Now, that is really what is the key to victory is. Yes, I know you got to have your defense get some stops and get the offense good field position, but you have to control the clock. You want to keep your opponent from scoring, especially a high-powered offense. Give them less opportunities by holding on to the ball and moving the ball downfield when you're on offense. Ravens receivers had a lot of drops in Pittsburgh. Going over to London, it didn't look like they had too many drops, if any. Do they look perfect? No, but Aguilar's getting involved. Odell Beckham Jr. might be getting a little more healthy. He's getting in the face of big-ass defensive tackles when they throw his wide receiver little brother Zay Flowers to the ground. There is, more cohesion between the offense. At least it's looking that way compared to, let's say, earlier in the year when they were relatively new to each other in game situations. Getting away from that now. You get into more looking like you can move the ball as a unit instead of Lamar Jackson trying to do everything himself, which, yes, we do want Lamar Jackson to get out of the pocket and scramble a bit. One, just to keep the defense honest, because if they're not worried about Lamar Jackson, then they're going to cover all his skill position guys. But he's really good at it, so, it's more like you got to pick the right spot. You don't just call a play for, quarterback lead dive. When I'm running at defensive tackles, that's just dumb. It's dumb. I don't know why you would want your quarterback to do that, ever. Lamar Jackson has been passing very well this entire year. Very good completion percentage. It does seem like all his weapons are up at the same time. Trying to think, how many games this year have you had? Beckham, Bateman, Flowers, Mark Andrews, all ready to go at the same time. Well, I guess it did happen last week in London. And appeared to have all the pieces on the offensive line. Well, no, Moses was back. Moses was back, I think. Pretty sure. But you need that. You need that. Getting some pieces back on defense. It looks like you got a lot of your pieces back on the offense. It's really what you got to do. You really can't play one side of the ball very well and play the other side of the ball like trash and expect to win many football games. You want to get to the playoffs and you want to get to that Super Bowl. It does really look like they're meshing very well. Let's get to some of the scheduling notes. This game will be at 1 o'clock Sunday, tomorrow. It is on Fox. I think this is the first game of the year that is on Fox and it's not on, let's say, a CBS or an NBC. All right, let's wrap this up. No offensive guys to make note of, at least according to BaltimoreRavens.com's injury report, which is a very good sign. One of the biggest knocks over the past few years has been Lamar Jackson doesn't have any weapons. Okay, well, you got how many wide receivers now and a really good tight end, and as far as I'm concerned, a good backup tight end, even though they don't ever use him, which is disappointing, even though it was likely that recovered the onside kick last week, which, if they hadn't, would have given the Titans the ball back with good field position. And some of the defensive pieces are coming back healthy. Always coming back, which is a good sign. Yeah, we lost Marcus Williams, but I think Stone is poised to have a good run here, get some more consistent playing time, hopefully get some more turnovers. That's how you really help your offense out. You get some turnovers too. Not that the Ravens offense has done well with turnovers or well getting points off turnovers. But maybe with a more healthy and a more cohesive unit on offense, we can turn that around this week at M&T Bank Stadium against the Detroit Lions. That is going to do it for this edition of Ryno's Ravens Preview. Ryno's Ravens Review will happen Monday, and then we'll discuss more detail what happened during the game. Sure to like and subscribe. I am the Angry Ryno. Fly, Ravens, fly.